Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2. So, I've decided what I'm actually going to do is this racism video is going to touch on keyboard warriors as well. So that way I won't have to have an extra video that will be like simple and small. Alright? So, alright, let's touch on the keyboard warriors first. So to all you keyboard warriors out here, I'm talking to you. First off, no matter where you are, and no matter what your location is, or your destination, or whatever it is you're doing, god damn it, I hit the wrong button. Understand one thing. I still hit the wrong damn button. You are miles from somebody's house. Alright? Understand that. I just fucked up. Come on, get the fuck back where you're supposed to be. Okay, I fixed it. I hope. Alright, so, like everyone else, I have an Instagram. Like everyone else, we all have social media. Alright? But there are a lot of keyboard warriors that y'all don't seem to get the fact that you are hundreds of miles away from people and you're talking smack. Alright? I understand that that is not the best idea that you have, because you might be closer to that person than you think, and they may find you and they may hurt you because of some crap that you typed on your screen. So earlier today, to the young lady, because I'm not going to start shit. I don't like starting shit. If I can't hit you with my fist, I don't have time to hit you with words outside of good words, words of knowledge. So, I was watching this thing on Instagram, and apparently I missed something, which is also a crime, apparently. And yes, this young lady is a person of color, which, as you've been with me for the 11 plus years I've been on YouTube, you know my story. You know that most of my racist incidents have happened with black people, and unfortunately, it's a hardcore truth that I hate to acknowledge, but that's what it is. So this young woman didn't go after nobody else in the post, but came directly after me. And I watched the video again, and when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. And I agree with her. The postal worker swung first. I didn't see that the first time when I watched the video. What I saw was a postal worker getting jumped by two black dudes with those German helmets on their dirt bikes in whatever city they were in. Now, granted, after I watched it the second time, I thought I was done. But the young lady came at me after I watched it the second time. She didn't know that I watched it the second time. But I wasn't going to go back and forth and deal with this shit. So when she came at me, now I could have went back and forth, but I agreed with her. I said, nah, you're actually right. But I'm not going to go in. And I explained to her how the reason why I said what I said was because when I was younger, and I hope this has never happened to anyone, I know it has happened to more than just me, but I've been jumped a couple of times in my life. I've won each one of those fights. But the fact that if you've never been jumped, if you've never been on the receiving end of two people trying to hurt you at once, then you don't understand what I've gone through. I didn't ask to be jumped. I don't walk around with flashing lights saying, hey, jump me. I want to test my martial arts skills. No. Because I got jumped is how I tested my martial arts skills. I would be doing martial arts all the time, and I will tell you, the first jumping when I was 15, that wasn't my fault. We were playing a little bit too rough. And by we, I mean me, because there was 4-on-1. I was pretending to be rugged Ronnie Garvin. Shout out to Ronnie Garvin. My boy David was pretending to be Sting. And I had 4 dudes on me. And out of the 4 dudes, one of them didn't really want to play right, so I kicked him just a little bit too hard. Now that was the jumping, which turned into an actual fight. Now the other 3 dudes that I fucked up decided, yeah, we're not getting involved in this shit. But the other guy decided he was going to get a stick. I picked up an iron pipe, and I said, you hit me first, and then I'm going to hit you. And then I'm going to wrap this pipe around your fucking goddamn neck. And I'm not going to stop until you die. She didn't get that, because she hadn't been there. The other time that I got jumped when I was at work, because I was showing off to a friend of mine some martial arts. He told his friends, they decided to jump me at the fucking dumpster. While my coworker watched the whole thing the entire time thinking that I was a fucking phony. Well, this phony has been fighting since he was 6 fucking years old. Until he was 12 years old, because I was forced to fight by my loving uncles who decided because I was the runt of the litter that I would have to learn how to fight. I thank them for that. And I hate them for that too. Because I became who you see before me. All I am is rage. I am 115 or 25 or 27 pounds and 5'3" of nothing but pure, explosive fucking rage. The hardest part of being me is keeping my fucking hands to myself. And remembering that I have to hold back so that I don't fucking hurt people. Which is why I don't spar with people, so that I don't fucking hurt people. Because sometimes there's a switch back here that I can't cut the fuck off. Now, let me get back to peaceful James. Now, if you ain't never been jumped, you don't know what that fucking shit feels like. I've never started fights. I've always finished them. Mostly because since I was 6 years old, I was kind of thrown into fights. Without question, without remorse. You done your homework? Yep, let's go. Going to fight. So you may not like that part of my life, because I don't like it. I'm not proud of it. But it made me a good fighter. Which is why I'm not scared of people bigger than me. Because everyone is fucking bigger than me. Even you on those keyboards that are 10,000 miles away. Now let me explain something to you. I don't have time to fight you while you're 10,000 miles away. If you show up at my house, I'm not going to be held responsible for what the fuck I do to you because you're being a fucking dumbass to come miles and miles away to pick a fight with somebody that you have no fucking idea what they're capable of. Now, I agreed with the young lady. I sent her a fairly decent message. I was checking to see if I got one back. And I don't really give a damn, that's why I'm making this video. So if she happens to come across it, you know, I agree with you. But you don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. And yeah, I didn't see him attack the guy on the bike the first time. And when I'm wrong, I say I'm fucking wrong. Happens. Human being. I've never been wrong with anyone that I've hit with these. Except for that day that I was in the gang for 3 days. Now, outside of that, I've never been wrong. I've never purposely started a fight. I have purposely ended them. And when I try to end them, I try to make sure that I end them in a way that you're not going to want to come back near me. That solves this part of the video. So if you're a keyboard warrior, look, respectfully, why should you pick a fight with? Because you just don't know who the hell's on the other end of this goddamn machine. I'm not the baddest motherfucker on the planet. But even the bad don't fuck with me. Because I'm not going out by myself. Period. If I'm going down and you're in striking distance, you're going with me. So, live or die. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Now let's get to the guts and glory of this thing. And why I'm making this video. My name is James Williams Jr. I am part Cherokee, I am part black, and I am part white. For you non-mixed people, no matter where you are in the world, whether you're Asian, black, white, whatever. For you non-mixed people, this is something you need to hear from somebody who's mixed. And since The Rock hasn't done this, it pleases me to be the first. It pleases me to be the first. 1. A lot of you people who aren't mixed take us people who are mixed as if we created the greatest sin known to man, and that was being born. You do not know how many times I have felt like I don't deserve to be alive because of people who are not mixed don't understand it. People who are mixed we feel racism a whole lot worse than any of you. Because one, we don't have a support group. Two, we are not always welcomed by either side of our genetic makeup. I have white people in my family, biologically. I have no idea where the fuck they are. I have white people in my family that was from my stepmother, who I love dearly, and I miss them, and they live in Richmond, and I would fucking kill for them if necessary. Now, haven't been able to talk to them since my father died, and COVID, and school's got me busy, but I do love them. So Jennifer, to you and your family, Angel, Casey, Casey's daddy, Jennifer's children, there's your shout out. Now, got that out the way. As for my biological white family, I have no idea where the fuck they are. They're probably in Nelson County somewhere, because that's where my mama's people's from. No, they're down there. Now, as far as my father's side, we only have Native American and black. So I don't know where my Native American family is down that way, because the only person that I had ties to passed when I was 12. Her daughter decided when she married black people that she was just going to be black. Enough said. So we were raised black. I fight to hang on to my Cherokee heritage every fucking day. Have Cherokee on my mama's side. But we don't know them. We never met them. So that's a clusterfuck. Now on both my mother and father's side I have black, but my mother also has white, as I mentioned before. So apparently they all decided that we were just going to be black. Which is ironic because most of the racisms that I face in life has been from black people. You know, you'll never be black enough. You're not black enough. You're high yellow. Your skin, you got two tones. You know, you're a half-breed. You're a zebra. Need I go on? My few racist white incidences consisted of a white girl in the 3rd grade calling me the N-word and me busting her lip, and then all of my white friends no longer being my white friends because I hit her in the mouth and busted her lip, and I refused to tell them what she said to me. The fact that she called me the N-word didn't mean shit to them. Even years later, if they found out, they didn't give a shit. Never, we're sorry that we did you like that, James. We're sorry. No, fuck James. We don't want anything to do with him because he's a zebra and he hit her in the mouth. The fact that she started the fight with the words, and I'm going to say it, so please forgive me. I'm going to say the exact way she said it. Because I don't know what we were arguing about. We were children. But she was no longer a child when she looked me dead in my face and said, James, you're a nigger. And before I knew what happened, street fighting James, bow! Hit her right in the goddamn mouth. I bust her lip. I never forgave myself for it. Ever. Ever. Because I was raised better than that. I was raised not to put my hands on girls. And though my big sister and I, and my younger sisters and I, we fought like cats and dogs. But won't nobody else gonna do it. But we fought like cats and dogs. All my white friends didn't talk to me in school anymore. Didn't give a fuck. Did she call me the N-word? Didn't think about it. Didn't give a damn. Could care two shits. Things got a little bit worse for me because on the black side, it was like, psh, oh, you hit that white girl, man. You ain't really one of us, but you damn sure ain't one of them now because you done played your zebra card. And then we got into the 5th grade. And every time I bring this up, I thank Miss Conrad for introducing me to my Native American heritage, because when you are a child, you don't see race. You are taught race. I never knew my great-grandmother was a Native American. I just knew her as my grandmother. That was it. There was Grandma Bay, and there was Grandma Ada. Grandma Ada was the full-blown Cherokee from Powell Height. That's all I got. She had a brother named John. Anybody who's kin to me watching this, I'd love to meet you if you're from John's lineage. My grandmother had, well, my great-grandmother had, I think, 2 or 3 daughters. There was Jeanette, and there was my Aunt Carrie. I don't know if there was any more. And then there was my grandmother Bay. I do not know the birthing order. I do not give a damn because all of them are actually fucking deceased. But none of my great aunts, none of my living aunts, none of my uncles, none of us did anything that had remotely anything to do with Cherokee. But when they'll tell you a story about when they get in trouble, and they would see Grandma Ada come through, The only thing they would say is, here comes that old Indian woman. Not counting the fact that you're her grandson. That means you're part Indian too. And they never acknowledged that shit. They were just being black. And like I said, most of my racism came from black people. And the few that came from white people were mostly from strangers. We never got to dabble with too many people in our family that was white. So if you're white and your last name is Rose and you are from Winjohn and Nelson County, we might be kin. Anyway, moving on. When I was a teenager and I worked at Kegler's, I had to deal with this dude for 3 years calling me Chief. Because to him, I don't look black. And with black people it was, you're not black enough. You're not black enough. And my hair, by the way, is naturally curly. So, Royal Crown, you want to sponsor me? Because thanks to you, I got this. Yeah. Now, you want to talk about some fucked up ass shit. Well, when I start the next video, I'm going to let you know some fucked up ass shit. Thank you guys for watching. It's Comfort Havoc number 2. Be seeing.